Hello, and today we're going to start talking about Chapter 3, and this chapter is on inequalities. And the first section is an introduction to inequalities. This is 3.1. So an inequality is a relation that holds between two values when they are different. This is not a negative symbol. This is like a bullet point right here. So the inequality symbols are means less than, so it means greater than, less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to. That's what those four symbols mean. And a solution to an inequality is any number that makes the inequality true. So write these down right here. Take these notes. If you need to, pause the video. Okay, so writing inequalities. So let's look at this first one. It says all real numbers x less than or equal to negative 3. So since it's less than or equal to, we're going to use this sign right here, less than or equal to. And it's less than or equal to 3. So all real numbers x less than or equal to negative 3. 5 less than a number m is greater than 18. So it's 5 less than a number m. So my number is m and it's 5 less than it, meaning you have to take away 5. So it's m minus 5, 5 less than m. And it's greater than, not greater than or equal to, it's just greater than. So there's no line under the inequality symbol. And it's it's greater than 18. So 5 less than a number m is greater than 18. Try these two on your own. Pause it if you have to. All real numbers y that are less than or equal to 4. And then 6 less than a number w is greater than 10. Good. So right here, what this is saying is 7 is less than 9. I mean, this is a true statement because we know 7 is less than 9. It's a smaller number than 9. So 7 is less than 9. That's true. Good. Over here, I have 4 is greater than 6. Well, that is not true because 4 is not greater than 6. So that's an error. And since 4 is greater than 6, the proper way to show that 4 is not greater than 6, you put a line through it. Just like you would if you had to show something was not equal. If something was not equal, you put the equal sign and a slash through it. Same thing with an inequality. Since 4 is not greater than 6, you put a slash through the greater than sign. So, we need to identify if the solution is true to the inequality. So x is greater than 5. So let's start with 7. Is 7 greater than 5? Yes. Is 2 a larger number than 5? Is it greater than it? Well, 2 is smaller than 5, so it's no. Negative 3 is smaller than 5, so that is also no. And then 5 is not greater than 5. 5 is equal to it. But since there is no line under the greater than symbol, 5 is not greater than 5. Try these 4 on your own. Is 4 less than 3? No, 4 is larger than 3. Is 2 less than or equal to 3? Yep. Because it's smaller. Same thing with negative 5. Negative 5 is smaller than 3. And then 3, it's not less than 3, but it's equal to. See how it's the bar under there? Since the bar is there, I know for sure that 3 is less than or equal to 3. So the answer is yes. Is x equals 3 a solution to this inequality? So to figure out if 3 is a solution to the inequality, what you have to do is you have to take the 3 and you have to plug it in for x. So if I do that, I get 4 times 3 minus 5 is greater than or equal to 3. And then simplify your inequality. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 minus 5. 12 minus 5 is 7. 7 is greater than or equal to 3. So the answer is yes, it is. You guys try this one. Is x equal negative 2 a solution to this inequality? Remember, take negative 2 and plug it in for x. So we plug it in, we get 2 times negative 2 plus 5 is greater than 3. Simplify. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4 plus 5 is greater than 3. Negative 4 plus 5. I'm down 4, then I gain 5. I'm now at positive 1. So positive 1 is greater than 3. Well, 1 is not greater than 3, so the answer is no. Negative 2 is not a solution to this inequality. 1 is not greater than 3. Is each number a solution to the inequality 4 minus 3x greater than 7? Try these two right now. X equals negative 4 and x equals positive 3. So we plug it in, I get 4 minus 3 times negative 4 is greater than 7. Negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. So it's 4 plus 12 greater than 7. And 16 is greater than 7, so the answer is yes. Now let's try x equals 3. Plug it in, I get 4 minus 3 times 3 greater than 7. Simplify. 4 and negative 3 times 3 is minus 9, greater than 7. 4 minus 9 gives you negative 5, it's greater than 7. Well, negative 5 is not greater than 7, so the answer is no. Graphing. So when graphing, we use an open circle for greater than or less than. Yes, I know this looks like a face, so I'm going to put a smile here just to make you guys laugh. So, since we have x is greater than 4, I'm going to mark 0 on my number line. I'm going to give it 4 tick marks. Since x is greater than 4, we use an open circle for graphing greater than or less than. So since it's greater than 4, it's everything larger than it. 5, 6, 7, 8. If you're not sure, always use 0 as a reference. Plug 0 in for x and see if it makes the inequality true. So if I plug 0 in for x, I get 0 is greater than 4. Well, 0 is not greater than 4, so therefore I'm going to have to shade the opposite way. I'm not going to shade towards 0 because anything towards 0 is not going to make this true. So I have to shade everything away from 0. When we use a filled-in circle, we use a filled-in circle to represent greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. So since x is less than or equal to 2, I'm going to mark 0. And since it's 2, I'm going to mark 2 on the number line. And it's less than or equal to, so I'm going to have a closed circle. And it's everything smaller than 2. For example, 0. If I plug 0 into this equation, 0 is less than 2. It's less than or equal to it. So since 0 makes this true, I'm going to shade my inequality towards 0. So I want you to try and graph x is less than negative 3 right now, and I also want you to graph x is greater than or equal to 1. All right, so x is less than negative 3, so here's 0, 1, 2, 3, negative 3. This is less than negative 3, so it's an open circle. It's everything smaller than negative 3. X is greater than or equal to 1. Here's 1. Since it's greater than or equal to, it's a closed circle. And it's everything larger than it. Then finally, writing inequalities from a graph. So when writing an inequality from a graph, look at the circle to see if it's filled in and which way is the number line being highlighted. So I see that it starts at 3, and I see it's a closed circle. So I know we're going to have 3 in this equation, and I'm going to use x as my variable. Well, since I know it's going to the left, it's everything smaller than 3. For example, 0. 0 is less than 3, and that's part of the shade. Since I know it's smaller than it, it's going to be less than, and since it's a filled-in circle, it's less than or equal to 3. Try these ones right here. So this one here is going to be x is greater than -4, because it's shading to the right, so it's everything larger than it, it's everything greater than it. It's an open circle, so I know it's just going to be greater than. It is not equal to, so there's no line under here. And it starts at -4 and goes to the right, so it's -4. And down here, it's everything less than 5. And since it's a filled-in circle, it's equal to as well. Finally, this last one says, write an inequality for this picture. It says you must be 45 inches tall to ride the crazy mouse. So since it says you must be 45 inches tall, I'm going to use x. I'm going to let x equal the height. X is my height. And so it says you must be 45 inches tall. That means that the smallest you can be is 45 inches. You could also be 46, you could be 47, 48, 49, 50. You can't be smaller than 45. So since I have to be 45 inches tall, it's greater than or equal to 45. Well, I hope you found this informative. Don't forget to take the quiz, and I will see you tomorrow.